Freddy the Fox and Slinky the Snake's Big Switcheroo. In the heart of the Whisker Woods, two unlikely friends roamed freely. Freddy the Fox, with his bright red fur and bushy tail, was known for his playful tricks and boundless energy. Then there was Slinky the Snake, who was smooth, green, and loved to glide along the forest floor. Although their personalities couldn't be more different, they shared one common thing: they both wanted to know what it was like to be the other animal, just for a day. One sunny morning, Freddy had an idea. With his tail twitching with excitement, he ran over to Slinky's rock by the pond. "Hey, Slinky," Freddy said with a mischievous grin, "how about we switch places for a day? You can be the fox, and I'll be the snake. It'll be fun." Slinky lifted her head and blinked slowly, a little puzzled. "But I don't have legs, and I can't climb trees. How would I even start being a fox?" Freddy laughed. "Oh, that's easy. You just have to be sneaky, quick, and maybe play a few tricks." Slinky thought about it and agreed, slithering in a playful circle. "All right, but you'll have to glide on the ground and stay low, no pouncing. And don't forget, you have to learn the SSSSSS." They shook. Well, Freddy shook Slinky's tail, which was close enough. The great switcheroo had begun. The adventures of Fox Snake Freddy. Freddy first tried out his new snake skills by flattening his body as low to the ground as possible. He crawled along the forest floor, trying to move smoothly like Slinky, but it wasn't as easy as it looked. Every few slithers, he'd start bouncing like a fox again. A squirrel named Nibbles watched from above, giggling. "Freddy, what are you doing? You look like a floppy pancake." Freddy gave him a serious, snake look. "I'm a snake today, Nibbles. I have to be sneaky and slither." But the more he slithered, the more it tickled his belly, and he ended up laughing and rolling around instead. He decided to try one more snake move, and found a little bug crawling by. Slowly, he wiggled up, trying to hiss like Slinky, HSSS. HSSSS. But all the bug did was look at him, unimpressed, and keep crawling away. Freddy sighed, "Being a snake is harder than I thought." The adventures of Snake Fox Slinky. Meanwhile, Slinky the Snake was having her own adventure. She slithered over to Freddy's favorite patch of bushes, where he'd chase rabbits. But instead of chasing, she tried to fox pounce by wiggling her body up and launching forward. Unfortunately, snakes just aren't built for jumping, and she ended up rolling into a pile of leaves. An owl named Oliver swooped down, laughing. "Slinky, what on earth are you doing?" Slinky gave her best fox grin, although it was more like a slithery smile. "I'm a fox today, Oliver. I'm trying to pounce." Oliver chuckled and gave her some advice. "You'll need a lot more bounce than that, Slinky." So, Slinky tried again. She spotted a little butterfly and wriggled her body just so, trying her hardest to pounce like Freddy. She only managed a tiny hop, but she felt proud of herself anyway. The Great Forest Mischief. Freddy and Slinky decided to team up for some classic fox and snake mischief. Together, they approached Barry the bear, who was munching on a honeycomb. Freddy, still trying his best snake impression, slithered up to Barry and hissed, "SSSSS. I am the mighty SSSS snake. Beware of my hiss." Barry raised an eyebrow. "Freddy, you sound like you're blowing air through a straw." Slinky, meanwhile, used her fox pounce, which looked more like a funny wiggle, and said in her SSS smoothest voice, "Yes, we are the fox and the snake. The forest's most daring duo." Barry chuckled at the sight of his friends trying to be each other. Well, aren't you two a strange pair today? They moved on to some more pranks, including trying to startle Nibbles the squirrel and even attempting to balance acorns on each other's heads. But between Freddy's terrible hiss and Slinky's wiggly pounce, all they did was make everyone laugh. The big lesson: as the sun began to set, Freddy and Slinky lay down by the pond, exhausted but happy. "That was a lot of fun," Freddy said, wagging his tail. "But I don't think I'm very good at being a snake." Slinky nodded, curling up with a soft hiss. "And I'm not much of a fox. Jumping and running is just too hard for me." They both realized that being themselves was pretty great, and there was no need to switch. Freddy loved his bouncing and pouncing, and Slinky enjoyed her smooth, silent glide. "Tomorrow, I'll go back to being me," Freddy said with a yawn. "And I'll be me," Slinky agreed. With that, they curled up in their favorite spots, laughing quietly about all the silly things they'd tried that day. And from that day forward, whenever they saw a little butterfly or a scurrying bug, they'd give each other a wink, remembering the day they tried to be each other, and ended up appreciating themselves even more.